Hey guys, welcome to this lesson series on Só Danço Samba or Jazz and Samba. We're going to be taking a look at this song in 3 parts. In this lesson we're going to learn the chords, the harmony and the right hand rhythm, the Bossa rhythm, in the style of Antônio Jobim. In the next part, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning that into an arrangement, so learning it in a chord melody style or a solo guitar arrangement. And in the final lesson on this piece, we're going to be learning Antônio Jobim's improvising lines in his recording, the composer of the Desafinado Plays, and in that version he does a really cool little solo in the middle of it. If you haven't watched the first part, in the first video that we released, I played the arrangement and I also played the solo that he does. I also learned his lines and I put it in the middle of the song. So you might want to check out that first. Just look at the description below, there should be a link there. We're going to be using mainly two recordings to kind of guide our arrangement. The composer of the Desafinado Plays and the Stan Getz version of 1964. So Antônio Jobim recorded his in 1963 and the Stan Getz version came in 1964. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel, consider supporting us. We really appreciate that. You can leave us a comment, you can give us a thumbs up if you like the video. And if you'd like to get the tabs, the backing tracks, check out our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/altguitar. That being said, let's get down to it. So to begin with, let's have a quick overview of the piece, just so we get an idea of the structure. This song has 32 bars, and it has 2 main parts, an A section and a B section. Each section has 8 bars, so we're going to play A, B, A, and then the whole piece gets repeated. In the recording we also have an introduction that sounds like this, which I'm going to be teaching you how to play towards the end, but first let's start with the A section. As I said, the A section has 8 bars, and we're going to play it twice, so it's going to be 16 bars. Now it's mainly centered around 4 chords: D, D6, 9, E dominant 9, A9 sus4, and G13. Now before we get stuck with the chords, let's just play the root of the chords, the root notes, so we kind of get an idea of how these chords move around without worrying too much about the fingering. We're going to start with the D on the 5th string, 5th fret, then E on the 7th fret, 5th string, then we're going to jump to the 6th string, 5th fret, and then back to the D on the 5th fret. So it forms like a little triangle. Now we're going to play 2 bars each. So 2 bars of D, 1, 2, 2 bars of E, 2 bars of A, and ending with D. Now this is the basic format of the A section. It's very standard, and there's many songs that use that kind of a chord progression. One of them is The Girl from Ipanema. It's very similar to that. Another one would be Take the A Train. We're going to add a little variation because this gets really boring when we repeat the D too many times. You'll notice that we start with the D for 2 bars and we end with the D for 2 bars, giving us a total of 4 bars of D. So we have to add a little variation, and that's what Antônio Jobim does. Sometimes instead of playing 2 bars of D, we're going to play a bar of D and a bar of G. It's going to sound like this: 2 bars of D, 2 bars of E, 2 bars of A, back to D. Now G. Then again D, G, back to E, and A, and back to D. So we add the variation at the end of the first playing, so bar 8, bar 7 and 8, and in the beginning of the next playing, so bar 9 and 10. In terms of chords, let's see what we have. If we now fill out the notes, the missing notes, because so far we were just playing the root notes of the chords. So when we play the D, we're going to play the D 6 9. Then we go to E dominant 9, the This is just like the girl from Ipanema. Then, when we go to the A, we're going to play A9 sus 4, or A9 sus, and then back to D for one bar, and G13 for another bar. Now let's try playing that along with the backing track. The first time I'm going to play just the chords, one chord per bar, and then I'm going to play it again, but with the bossa groove. In the actual song, we don't repeat the A section 4 times, but just for this exercise, we're going to play it 4 times. Now the B section is shorter, but there's a lot more chords and some really nice bossa flavors here. So let's break it down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in half, deal with the first 4 bars, then the next 4 bars. So the first 4 bars we have a bar of A, a bar of D, and 2 bars of G. Now you see that we had a triangle before. Now this time it inverts. So it goes from A, D, G, rather than starting on the D, E, A. So, and this is a 2, 5, 1. Again, a very standard kind of a chord progression. A, the D for a bar, and the G for 2 bars. And then the next part of the B section, we have exactly the same, but starting on the B now. B on the 6th string, E, and then the A for 2 bars. So if I count the first note as bar 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we return to the A section. In terms of chords, we have A minor 7, down to D9 and G major 7. And when we play the G major 7, we're gonna swap between G major 7 and G6. We're gonna do like a little phrase like that. So it's A minor 7, D9, G major 7, and G6. So I suggest when you practice along the backing track, start with just 1 per bar, and then do a bar of G major 7 and a bar of G6. And then the next part we start with a B minor 7, so it's kind of mirroring what we had before. E9, E dominant 9, and then we're going to go back to the A9 sus 4 for 1 bar, and then A7 flat 13 for the last bar. So it's going to sound like this. We go back to the A section. Now let's try that with the backing track. After did the B section, we repeat the A section. And the way that Jobim plays the A section the last time, he adds the variation in both times. So in the beginning and at the end. So he varies between the D6-9 to the G13 in the beginning and at the end. Now the final thing to take a look at is the introduction. And it's based on two chords, the E minor 7 and the A7 13 flat 9, or flat 9 13. The crucial thing here is to finger the E minor 7 with the fourth finger on the 5th fret, so that you can keep it there when we move chords. You see, it stays. Otherwise, if you do this, you add one extra move. So in the Gilberto version, it sounds more like this. We're going to cover it in the next lesson when we come to play the arrangement. That's it for today, guys. I hope that was helpful. I really like playing this piece. This is a nice and easy-ish bossa to play and to get you going with your bossa chords and your bossa rhythm. If you like to know exactly how to play in the style of Antônio Jobim, if you like to look at the tabs and have the tabs, the grids, maybe the backing tracks to help you, then head over to our Patreon page. That's patreon.com/altguitar. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel and leaving us a thumbs up. You can maybe drop us a comment, let us know what you'd like to learn next. Really appreciate that. And we look forward to seeing you in the next one.